Is Putin evil or is he just really dumb? Is he really bad at his job? We might ask, is he inept in English? The world is becoming a very strange place. The US sent ships to Venezuela, Israel bombed a neutral country in Qatar, and now Russian drones have flown over Poland. Even President Trump said, hey, this might be an accident.
Reaction to Russian drone incursion into Poland.
Could have been a mistake.
But these accidents happen quite a bit with Putin. Now, I must say, I do love the Russian people. I have many friends who are Russian. The people of a country aren't all bad. Sometimes it's just the governments. And I know my own government, the United States, has done some horrible things in the past. But Putin will bomb a playground where kids are playing. Putin will bomb an apartment building where civilians live. Does he do this on purpose, or is he just bad at his job? In today's English lesson, we are going to watch a newscast from Fox News. Now, keep in mind, they are Republicans. They do love people like President Trump. Before we watch that news clip, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps the channel. And let's watch that clip together.
Poland is on high alert after NATO warplanes shoot down Russian drones that flew deep into Polish airspace. Chief Correspondent, foreign correspondent Trey Yingst joins us live from Kyiv. Trey.
Yeah, Brian, good morning. Overnight, Russia launched another massive attack against Ukraine, but this time sent 19 drones into Poland. The incident triggered a NATO response with fighter jets scrambling from Western Europe to assist. Polish officials say at least 4 of the drones were shot down as the country briefly closed its airspace and diverted flights from major airports.
They talk about Poland being on high alert. What does that mean? It means a state of being very watchful and ready for danger. I have a sentence that uses high alert. The Polish army is on high alert after the drones entered their airspace. They also talk to a correspondent. I almost think that is the same word or almost the same in Russian, but correspondent. That is a reporter who sends news from another place. Let's look at a sentence that uses correspondent. The correspondent in Warsaw shared updates on TV about the drone incident. This is a great word to know. You might see it on the IELTS or TOEFL exam, and that word is massive. It means very big or very large. If you look at that picture, I mean, that is a massive tree. The drones caused a massive concern across the country. Yeah, airplanes carrying passengers were not able to take off for a while because the airspace over Poland was pretty dangerous with these drones. Next, we have triggered. It is a verb and it means caused something to happen. The air raid siren was triggered when the drones were spotted. And in the picture, that is what we call an air raid siren. It will make a loud noise if there is danger. Here's another sentence that uses triggered. The leader's assassination triggered a civil war. Please let me interrupt this English lesson for just a second. If you are looking for a speaking partner, I can be your speaking partner. If you check out the description below, there is a link that will take you to learn more information. It does cost some money, but I have been teaching for 20 years. I will not steer you wrong. Yes, it does cost money, but right now I am offering a coupon for 10% off. Use the code SUMMER10 at checkout to get your 10% off. Scrambling. Scrambling, that means moving quickly to respond to a problem. And they talked about those Polish jets scrambling. Polish jets were scrambling to check the skies, but sometimes this happens to me in the morning. Maybe I can't find my phone. I usually have my phone on me, so I don't often lose it. But sometimes when I'm running late for work, I might be scrambling to find my phone. I scrambled around this morning looking for my phone. Diverted. Diverted is next. It means sent in a different direction. And in the picture, you can see a sign saying traffic is diverted. Maybe they are working on the road and it would be unsafe to have people drive on that part of the road, so they had to go a different way. Civilian planes were diverted away from the area for safety. Traffic was diverted because of the accident.
Polish officials say at least 4 of the drones were shot down as the country briefly closed its airspace and diverted flights from major airports. The Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk released a statement following the incident saying, quote, "My thanks and congratulations to the Polish Operational Command and our NATO pilots for shooting down Russian drones over Poland. Actions speak louder than words."
We often say actions speak louder than words. You might hear that if you are having a conversation in English. That just means what people do is more important than what they say. Let's take a country like the United States. President Trump has been saying a lot. He has been saying what Putin is doing is bad, but he really hasn't done anything about it.
Tusk has now invoked Article 4 of NATO, meaning that consultations will take place with NATO members about a security assessment and a possible response. You can see some of the damage caused by this drone incursion in the aftermath video taken from eastern Poland. The EU condemned this event, with the Commission president saying this.
And just today we have seen a reckless and unprecedented violation of Poland and Europe's airspace by more than 10 Russian Shahid drones. Europe stands in full solidarity with Poland.
Invoked. It's a very official word. It means officially used a rule or law. Poland invoked NATO rules to ask for a meeting. NATO. Do you know that? NATO, it's a group of countries who formed a bond, and if one country is attacked, they all will attack back. We'll talk about Article 5 in just a minute, but Article 4 has been invoked because of those Russian drones. Article 4 says a NATO rule for members to consult each other when threatened. If you don't know what consult means, we're going to talk about it right after Rule 5. But Poland has invoked Article 4. Article 5 is more serious, and that is a rule saying that an attack on one member is an attack on all. Article 5 has only been invoked once, and that was after September 11th, 2001, when the United States was attacked. Planes flew into buildings. My students in my classroom are very young, and I was surprised to hear that some of them had no idea about September 11th. Let's look at a sentence that talks about that. The only time Article 5 has been invoked was after the September 11th attacks in 2001. Consultations, that's the noun. Consult is the verb, and it means meetings to talk and decide what to do. NATO leaders held consultations to plan their response. In the picture, it looks like that couple is having a consultation. Maybe they are meeting with a financial advisor, somebody to help them with their money. So the man that is facing the camera, we would call him a consultant. He is someone who handles consultations. He is someone who consults with other people. She worked as a consultant for a big financial company in New York. Next, we have a tricky English phrasal verb. Anytime we use the word take in English, it can be a little difficult. It can be a little tricky, but take place simply means to happen. The NATO meeting will take place tomorrow morning. In the picture, you can see there is a baseball game taking place. You could say something like, the baseball game will take place tomorrow. The baseball game will take place at the stadium. Incursion. Incursion, that means an unwanted entry into a place. The drones were called an incursion into Polish airspace. Condemned. We have a couple different meanings in English, but in the news report, They used it like this: said very strongly that something is wrong. European leaders condemned Russia's actions. Reckless. Yeah, Putin acted pretty recklessly when he sent those drones into Polish airspace. Who knows? Maybe by mistake. I don't know. It seemed intentional. That's the opposite of something done by mistake. Reckless means not caring about danger or risk. The Polish president said the drone attack was reckless. And if you look in the picture, it looks like that person is drinking alcohol and they are also behind the wheel of a car. Drinking alcohol and driving is very reckless.
Of Poland and Europe's airspace by more than 10 Russian Shahid drones. Europe stands in full solidarity with Poland.
In addition to the events in Poland, Ukraine came under heavy bombardment with more than 400 Russian drones and 20 missiles. Brian?
All right, Trey, that is amazing. They basically won after a NATO ally. So I don't know how long we're going to sit on the sidelines with this.
Right.
Trey Yanks, thanks.
Thank you. What does that mean for the other countries that are involved, including the United States? Can we get involved?
You have to well, yeah. I mean, we could get involved. If they say that they're targeting Poland, that would trigger a NATO alliance to respond.
There's something not right going on with Putin right now. He's escalating. You thought that the peace talks were heading in the right direction, and it looks like he's not taking the president's olive branch right now.
This is what Poland was worried about.
Next, we have Shahed drones. Let's talk about them. This is a type of drone made in Iran, often used by Russia. Shahed drones are also known as kamikaze drones. Maybe we should talk about the word kamikaze. I know this from World War II when Japan used kamikaze pilots. Now, I have to be careful how I explain this because YouTube sometimes gets mad when we say certain things. But these kamikaze pilots would take their planes and fly them into ships. And I will let you guess what happened to the plane, the ship, and also the pilot. Solidarity. NATO says they will act in solidarity with Poland. That means support and unity, like one thing, unity with others. Other NATO countries showed solidarity with Poland. Bombardment. Bombardment, pretty fun to say, but not actually fun to see. It means a heavy attack, usually with bombs or missiles. How about this sentence with bombardment? The border town, so it's a town on the border, could be with Poland and Russia or Poland and Ukraine. The border town feared a bombardment after the drone warning went after. This is another English phrasal verb that can give English learners trouble. It means try to catch or punish someone. Polish jets went after the drones that crossed the border. Very sad news out of the United States. I'm not sure how many people knew of a guy named Charlie Kirk. He was a Republican. He was friends with President Trump. But the United States government is going after Charlie Kirk's killer. Yeah, at the time of recording this English lesson, nobody knows where Charlie Kirk's killer is. As I edit this video, it does seem like Charlie Kirk's killer has been found. He is a 22-year-old from the state of Utah. Sitting on the sidelines. This is an idiom. The sidelines in a sporting game would be like the place where players aren't playing. Maybe they are waiting to get onto the field. The people who are watching the game are sitting on the sidelines, but they're not actually playing in the game. Sitting on the sidelines here means to watch and not take part. You're not participating if you're sitting on the sidelines. NATO said it would not sit on the sidelines if Poland was attacked. Another idiom here, extending an olive branch. That means offering peace or trying to make friends after a conflict. Some leaders suggested extending an olive branch to reduce tensions. Congratulations, you made it to the end of a rather difficult English lesson. If you're looking for more English lessons about the bad news that is going on in the world right now, there's one right down there for you. Israel attacking Doha. Thanks for watching. See you next time.